Hey guys, Dave Martinez, Houston rock climber. Getting hurt sucks. A lot of times we have to sit with it alone. Especially for such an active person that enjoys movement and motion. It's a challenge of identity to find joy in our life when our body is not working. Here I have an interview with my friend Panga Sok, a Cambodian climber by way of Canada, that I had the pleasure of meeting at the Silver Street location, rock climbing here in Houston. So, I'd love to hear your thoughts on injuries and anything that you can encourage upon you. I'm sure he'd love to hear it. Thanks for tuning in. I surprised you, buddy.
Yeah. Good. What's up, man?
I love this shirt, bro.
Oh, thanks,
Hey,
man.
Sophie.
What's up, man? How's it going? Shit, man.
I'm excited to see you. Thanks for letting me come hang out with you for a little bit.
Of course. How was Frisbee?
It was good.
Definitely, it's like a lifestyle kind of change. So I mean, something they have to get used to, because it's gonna be like this, for a couple months and potentially, for the rest of this year as well. I'm not sure if I tell you, but so this is quite serious. So it seems like a completely kind of ACL kind of tear. So the only way to kind of get it fixed is to actually get like surgery. So that's probably gonna happen, in the next couple of weeks or so.
That's scary news to hear, man.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
That's the type of news that when I
not,
get it, I would be.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean it's not ideal. Sometimes you kind of wish you have an injury, and that would be one of those kind of injury that it would kind of naturally kind of heal. But so we just kind of rest, and you don't have to do anything with it. But unfortunately, this is not. It's just like a piece of soft tissue kind of in the knee that it doesn't heal itself once it's got damaged. So the only way to actually get it fixed is to actually get surgery. So that's like that's like if you want to be active, if the person want to kind of stay active, and still kind of do whatever they want to do. Just because if you don't get it fixed, then it's just gonna be unstable, weak.
You lose a lot of mobility.
A lot of mobility, especially the side to side kind of mobility, and I think it's important for climbing. Just because
A lot of activity.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of movement activity. And you're a runner. You're a cyclist.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good to be whole.
Yeah.
For your whole body to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Sophie.
I think it's just like losing the ability to just go outside and kind of use my knee. It's challenging, so I just want to keep I still want to keep doing it. I still see myself running, and climbing for a while. That's why this is the best way. I mean, I know it's a sacrifice, maybe for a couple months, not doing anything, but then hopefully after that I can come back. And doing things that I want.
I believe it, and I know it.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
you'll be back. That's why I'm here. I want to see. I want you to be able to see how your mental game that you set forth at the beginning of this recovery process.
Yeah.
how that got you through it, bro.
Well, honestly, the mental game, I don't think I have a strong mental game, to be fair with you. It's just one of those things where I just need to. It's just gonna take time, right? I mean, it's just like anything. Change is always challenging, and it just take time to just kind of get adapted to the new kind of lifestyle. But I guess like the most important thing is to find something kind of different to do, kind of keep your mind kind of occupied.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, kind of keep your thoughts off all the negative stuff, whatnot. Right?
Thoughts are bad.
Thoughts
bro.
are. I think thoughts and it are one of those things where it can be a good thing, but at the same time it's one of those things that would just rip you apart. and
Yeah.
just destroy you. So
We distort reality with our thoughts,
we
bro.
destroy ourselves with our thoughts. That's how wild, that's how crazy it can get. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's so far so good. You know, like I mean, I injured my knee like 2 weeks ago. So since then, I haven't actually been doing much. You know, so it's been a while.
So this originally happened when we were playing
I think-
frisbee or some sort of sport kind
I
of
think- I
soccer game.
Yeah, I think that was probably the start of it. Probably it wasn't as bad.
Do you feel like the knee was already unstable?
I think initially it was, but then again, you know, it might be, you know, the first couple months that I kind of enjoyed, but kind of over time, I think it was kind of healing. But then again, not necessarily healing as in like the injured issue was healing. It's just because I was kind of running and I was doing leg exercises. So basically, kind of strengthening
The muscle.
the muscle to kind of support or exactly to kind of support
And you
the
want
structure.
you were hoping to work through the pain and kind of build strength where you could.
Right, exactly. That's like one way to do it, but I think it's only possible, you know, if the injury on the ligament wasn't as too much, right?
Severe.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, and I think that was the case, because it was, you know, going well, but unfortunately, you know, like the weak knee is still quite weak, and it was like less than like a year since I kind of injured it last time.
And that's so frustrating because a year is a long time of your life to feel this sensation
Yeah.
of not being quite all the way where you
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah,
It's tough,
yeah,
man.
it is quite challenging. You know, it's crazy just because coming from COVID, you know, that was like a year kind of off, not really, you know, being productive in terms of just like climbing. And then I was thinking, you know, okay, you know, like after kind of COVID over and gyms start opening again, you know, I'm trying to get back, you know, to, you know, climbing, you know, at least like climbing at the level that I wanted to climb. So I feel like I was working toward that goal, and now this happened, and then it's probably going to take like another year possibly, you know, to recover after the surgery. But I guess sometimes you just have to make that sacrifice for the long run, you know. It's just because thinking about, you know, like, you know, potentially I can, you know, live, you know, until like I'm very old, right? And if I can climb until, you know, I'm very old, then, you know,
That'd be
having
very
a-
good. I know you're gonna
Yeah.
stay an athlete. I know you are. I know. It's tough to say before you win that you're gonna win, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But you are.
Yeah, but you know, you're just trying to be positive, and you're always trying to kind of take care of yourself and give yourself like the best option so that you can, you know, do well and perform your best and achieve your goal.
I'm glad that you're seeking the treatment that you need. You're your own best advocate
Yeah.
in questions of your health.
Yeah.
And you're in a great city, bro. There's a lot of
Yeah.
talented specialists here. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, for sure. Like surprisingly, I
Mhm.
saw like this surgeon, and he's very knowledgeable. It was kind of interesting because I know actually, you know, medical physicians that you know, knowledgeable in whatever he's doing. Like he did, you know, I had to do like an MRI, which basically like the you know, just like one of the standard diagnostic kind of tool that you do to see, you know, if you have like an injury to your like your ligament or whatever.
It's the first thing.
Yeah, the first thing, exactly. But then again, you know, they also kind of do like, you know, physical examination as well. And dude, he spent like 30 minutes just like moving my leg around, so moving my knee around and whatnot. It was like pretty crazy. So it was like, oh shit, you know.
Did you feel like he was taking it serious?
No, I mean, yes, for sure,
Oh
right?
my
I mean,
gosh, bro! That
what-
was my prayer for. I wanted you to
yeah.
go in and someone that would take the time to really make you feel like this problem
Mhm.
is worth tackling, bro.
No, exactly, right? I mean, it's not like, I mean, exactly. I mean, you're not gonna just go in and do surgery for a minor injury. It has to be like something quite serious, you know, because essentially you basically, you know, replacing the whole, at least like for the ACL, you know, replacing the whole thing, right? So if it's just like a partial kind of tear to your ACL, then most likely, you probably don't like surgery just because you kind of move your way around and kind of strengthening the other part of your structure in your leg. working on your knee to kind of help support your knee. But when it's a complete tear to your ACL, then that's a different story. So they were just trying to figure out, if how bad it is and if it's like necessary to do the surgery. So they were doing some physical examination on kind of both knees just to see how
this one is at, to compare it,
exactly.
and
So,
also give you an idea of the health of that one. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like the uninjured one and how and
have they said anything about that?
So I mean, this one is fine. They don't see any issue with the other knee, but they were just doing that comparison, and you can feel like the differences in stability of the two knee, like one uninjured and the other injured, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, but yeah.
I'm proud of you for meeting this thing in your life head on, man.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think is relatable to people, because we all kind of go through that moment of, oh gosh, everything in my life is starting to fall apart, and like, now who am I, and how am I gonna reinvent myself?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what doesn't change is you, bro. Like there's still something inside of you that will find the ability to get spark out of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is an obstacle to kind of overcome, and I do kind of see, it being an obstacle that would put like a lot of people down. That's why it's just really important to just kind of be positive in general, and also have like friends and supports. Like you, for example, it just like kind of means a lot. People that you don't really, people that you not only kind of hang out, on during the good times, but also people that kind of be there for you as well during like the downtime. I think that just
a lot of people don't know. So I've read that some people, when you're going through something, will kind of like try to smother you too much and be like, oh, like treat you like a victim almost. And then some people will just pull away. You won't hear anything from them.
Yeah.
And that's just because they don't know
how to react. Yeah. So you can't really blame them too much, right? Exactly. I mean, I also do feel.
But still, your feelings are true. How you feel is still true.
Exactly.
That feeling of the loss of the relationship is still true.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that you, like go and like kind of blame people and whatnot when they kind of not show up to support you during a downtime. You can't really. I feel like you shouldn't be like blaming people just because you don't really know who's,
what anybody's going through. But it feels good when people do come through for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. For sure, definitely. So, yeah.
I'm excited, bro. I appreciate you just letting me record some of this and giving us insights into
yeah, I mean, it's
to what it means to be a climber. It doesn't always mean that you're in peak physical shape.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is like the first time actually you're talking about like injury in general. This is probably like a major injury, that I personally going to experience. I mean, obviously, like I rolled my ankles a couple of times, but that's just like a sprained ankle, finger injury and whatnot. But only take like what, a couple of weeks to kind of
This
get
one
back.
is like a life changing.
This one is exactly. This one is like more kind of serious. So considering it takes a while after the surgery, to kind of get back into it, right? But like it's also like a pretty common injury. I'm not sure how common it is for climbing, but like any other sport, ACL injury is just pretty common, and people bounce back really quickly. It's just that 1 year, for example, or 8 months of just like recovery and just like kind of take it easy, right?
It's because the time really doesn't mean as much when you're living every single second sitting in it,
Right.
So like, once you're past it, it'll seem like a short season.
No, for
but
sure.
But while you're in it just feels like, when is this gonna stop?
Yeah, exactly. For sure, and especially for us climbers, like it can be, difficult just because you go out and climb in the gym, but there's like also kind of outdoor climbing season too, and a full year you can think of several kind of time slot where you can go out climb. And for us, I feel like like outdoor climbing is like the big thing, right?
It's game day.
Yeah, it's game day, exactly. That's why, when I kind of heard about this and I need surgery, and I realized, okay, it might take me like a year to recover.
The season.
And then a season, I was thinking, okay, between August of this year until August of next year, I could potentially, for example, if I'm not injured, like Labor Day is coming up, I could potentially do a trip there. Like Christmas, like the end of this year is like another potential kind
That's
of.
exciting.
Yeah, right,
That's
exactly.
exciting.
So it's just like not being able to, do, especially go outdoor climbing. That's like kind of another thing that's kind of, kind of sad about the situation. As well. But other than that, it is what it is, I guess.
Because what does it mean to you, to the outdoor rock climbing? What does it mean to you to put your body in that element?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
Well, I mean, I feel like it might be just like a personal thing, I mean, it's just all about like self improvement, measuring how strong I am overall in climbing. Just because every time I go out, at least like for the past couple of years anyway, every time I go out, I always try to go out to locations with kind of routes that I want to try to see if we can send a grade that I haven't actually sent before, right? So I mean that's probably like the primary kind of goal why I want to go outdoor climbing. And now that I start picking up photography, that's like another thing that I also kind of enjoy too. So it's always kind of cool being able to go outside and try to take, at least try to like make shots, amazing kind of shots and whatnot.
You might find out later on that it was only because you had some time off from climbing that
Yeah.
you could get into your photography.
Yeah, possibly, possibly.
Could be.
Could be, yeah, exactly,
The chance is there, bro. At least you're creating that possibility for something like that to happen.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Maybe like through this injury, it would force me to kind of explore all the environment for photography. Because like right now I'm mainly kind of primary, taking pictures on climbing trips. Just because I mean that's what I enjoy. I enjoy climbing outdoors, and I enjoy taking pictures. So
Capture the memory.
yeah, exactly. So that combination is like, oh wow, this is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But maybe with this, okay, I can't really go outdoor climbing, but maybe I can go other kind of places around town, for example, and just try to take some pretty cool pictures and whatnot, right? So
Most definitely.
yeah. So I mean, we'll see how that is. I guess first thing first is to get the surgery done, and then.
Is it scheduled or is it?
It's not yet. I was supposed to get a call either yesterday or the day before to schedule an appointment for the surgery, but I haven't received anything, so I guess I'm probably gonna have to call them to see.
That seems that it's the case often, that you just
Yeah.
have to move along the process, and it's not because
Yeah.
they're not thinking of you. It's just
No,
that
yeah, probably, yeah.
you have to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Which is crazy because it's not. I mean, I guess like treatment here or like a doctor appointment here is kind of different from doctor appointment in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I kind of go to see one doctor and then they kind of refer me to like another specialist, they just put in like a referral. But then again, I basically have to call in that referred kind of doctor to make an appointment with them. They don't necessarily make an appointment with
It's a
you.
mafia.
It kind of threw me off a little bit, like, wait, what? is
You have
that
to
for
go through
real?
your hand to get to
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's like, okay, this is kind of interesting, but but then again,
Hey, at least they're not wasting their time. I kind of can understand that. Like the only people that need to see.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, I suppose. If they're
Yeah.
super
No, I mean,
busy.
I'm not saying that's the best system or anything, but it's just like kind of new to me, so it kind of throw me a little bit off. But like the whole process went out pretty smoothly, pretty quick. So basically, like I saw my kind of interesting. I actually saw my actual physicians on Thursday, like maybe like a week ago, and then she was able to actually refer me to like a sport medicine, a sport doctor. Right after I see her, and I was able to actually find an appointment on the Friday, and then he saw me on that Friday, did an X-ray, do the physical examination, and then he put in a referral to get an MRI, and I was able to actually book an appointment to get an MRI on the Monday, And then after that, I went to actually see, one of the surgeon, I think on Wednesday or something. So it was like pretty quick,
That's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
but
glad.
Yeah, but then again, it might be because this is like a serious kind of injury, so they try to like kind of push it as quickly as possible. Maybe that's too, had it not been a serious injury, then maybe it's different. But I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not the one thing, like so, um, like here, like going to like my doctor office, for example, it's not as like the wait line is not as long, for example, which is very nice. I know like sometimes, especially in Canada, for example, like I remember like say my physicians, like sometimes it takes like a couple hours because they're just like so busy for some reason.
Frustrating.
Yeah, it is. So it's just kind of different natures on how healthcare system kind of work between the two countries. I thought that was kind of interesting in general. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad that you took the initiative to
Yeah.
plunge into that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and make decisions for your own benefit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, not the news.
You gotta start. Hey, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not the news you wanted.
Yep. But I guess self-care is important, right?
Yeah, this is
So-
not the end of you, bro.
No, it's not.
This is not the last time that that you're gonna run. It's not the last time
Yeah.
you're gonna climb. It's
Yeah.
not the last time.
Yeah. Dude, imagine.
Believe it.
I can only imagine after going through this how amazing it would feel to be able to run again and climb again. I think that feeling would be just like very phenomenal. It's like I really can't wait until.
What's that feeling that you tapped into before that you
Mhm.
want to get to feel again? What does it feel like when you're in?
I mean, it's just the excitement, It's just the excitement, enjoyment, overall. Just especially when you kind of found things that you really enjoy, and then even after doing it for a while, you still find that kind of enjoyment. So it's almost like a source of kind of happiness. That you kind of tap into, every time you kind of do that sport, right? So when you're not, or at least like when I don't kind of go out run or climb, it's almost like I'm kind of lost, or like a source of kind of happiness. So it's I guess it's not ideal, but it's gonna be amazing, once I can be able to kind of go back and start running and climbing again.
I'm glad you're starting
Yeah.
your journey, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
I know you're gonna come out of this stronger than ever, bro.
Yeah. I mean, we'll do stuff. It's not like, so the surgery is only for a day. It's only a couple of hours. So just like in and
Thank
out.
God, yeah.
And then I heard that, the first couple of days is that when I won't be able to kind of move my leg. And then I'll be on crutches for a week or two. And then after that, I should go to actually, but of course, this is, with rehab for sure, right? But if it kind of goes well, and then go do rehab, after a couple of weeks, after surgery, I should be able to use my leg again, so we'll be able to,
We're expecting
go,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
We're
go out
expecting
and
to hang
do
out.
things. Yeah, for sure, yeah, definitely. So it's not like I'm gonna be bedridden for like 6 months, right? That's different. that would be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Yeah. So
I'm glad that you can take it all in stride and that you have a sense of humor about it. And
Yeah.
dude, we're cheering for you, we're rooting for you, and I know that your best days are still in front of you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. That really means a lot. It's nice to see, like support, from friends and whatnot. So, and family, of course. So that's good. It's always, welcoming.
Heck yeah. Do you have any message for the folks back in Cambodia, any of those young climbers?
In Cambodia, I'm not sure if there are, I don't know. I feel like you just have to like kind of enjoy it, you know. And I guess like throughout your kind of climbing experience, there's gonna be like ups and downs, you know. Just like for I guess like for a lot of us, for example, you're in COVID, when kind of thing got shutting down, that doesn't mean it's gonna be like the end, you know. You just have to kind of find other things to kind of keep yourself busy and kind of go through that phase, and then also like with injuries as well. Just because you have like a major injury, that doesn't mean it's gonna be like the end of your climbing career. I think you just got to keep a positive mind and attitude toward life, and that I'm sure like it'll work out somehow.
You're conducting yourself with a lot of poise, Panga.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Deal with the situation with a lot of grace, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely is. I feel like it's gonna be like an experience, It's not, like, I mean, it's bad, it's good, depending on how you view it, right? It's not ideal, but you know, I'm sure that there'll probably something good, coming out from this as well. So, hell yeah, man! Hell yeah, yeah! I still have the shirt, right?
Look at it.
This is the shirt that we got from our trip back, actually last year in November when we went to Arkansas.
It was so good.
Yeah, I think that was like probably one of my favorite kind of trip out there.
It was so memorable.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
it's pretty nice.
We're about to run out of memories.